Hey, I'm Jeff Peterson, co-founder and CEO of Geneva Supply and Interstate Music. This whole journey started for us in July of 2020 when Geneva Supply actually acquired Interstate Music. And at that moment, we kind of broke it down to figure out exactly what we thought the music industry was, where it came from, but more importantly, where it's going. Things have been changing. The way that you shop, the way that you listen to music, everything's constantly changing. The equipment you're using, the instruments that you're using, the vibe, the style, it's always changing. So we decided that Interstate Music was going to be a little bit different. It's not just going to be about how much is that piece of equipment or instrument. It's going to be about you, the musician. We took that perspective and we tried to figure out exactly what you needed most. So we're coming out with sound bites, product videos, stories from manufacturers, the insight that you might not be getting right now, and we're tying it all into one source on interstatemusic.com. So what we're doing right now is we created a digital album, and this is the Backstage edition. The Backstage edition is because you're going to get a chance to get to know who we are, the brands that we represent, the categories that we're focused on, and also just those hot products that are being featured. It's also going to give you a chance to understand, why am I sitting on this stage? And how does that tie into you? Because the musicians are always looking for a way to collaborate. So we're elevating you through our site with something we call the collective. And the collective is you, the musician, on your projects, your newest songs, and the gear that you're using, because that's what's interesting to other musicians, is you're paying attention to each other, trying to figure out who you're going to be based on something you might have heard before. And right here on the Interstate Music stage, you're gonna get a chance to see musicians from all over the country, show you a little bit about who they are, hear their stories and hear their music. We also have our backstage, the green room is what we call it. And it's a chance for musicians to come in and play unplugged, acoustic versions of maybe what their music is, and give you a chance to get to know them in a more vibey setting, if you will. It's a chance for us to record and also live stream from the green room. So we know the energy that happens in the backstage moment where you get those butterflies, and we're going to capture those moments for everybody to see. We're really proud of what we have going on here, to the point of bringing on a podcast studio and a voiceover studio so that we can start to connect you to manufacturers, the trends of what's going on, the stories of musicians, and what's been keeping them driven to stay in the industry, and gets them the passion to figure out what their next project is going to be. And we're going to connect you to them through our Interstate of Music podcast. So this is the first digital album we're doing, the Backstage edition, like I mentioned, but we're also going to have what we call the singles. And the singles are going to be more focused on categories, whether it's pro audio, guitars, percussion, band and orchestra, and we're going to launch those throughout the year. So pay attention to Interstate Music. Follow us on social media, and check back on our interstatemusic.com site to stay up to speed with what's going on. So that's what we are. We are Interstate Music, and as you know, music is always changing. Interstate Music is here for it.